I'd like to welcome everybody to the Devin Smith PS4 Sports League Network live on YouTube, PS4 live stream, Joe Price Facebook. All right, today we're continuing the first round of the International Football League. I'm online coach Big Kurt Lord Green. I'm going to be coaching Columbus Explorers. We are the third seed taking on Dublin Shamrocks in Ireland, the fourth seed, and Columbus Explorers. We are the third seed. All right. Yesterday's game, Brooklyn beats the fifth seed, lost to Mexico City, the sixth seed. So Mexico City moves on to the second round of the International Football League, and the Brooklyn Beats go home in the first round. All right. And of course, you can see the highlights of the game on the Devin Smith PS4 Sports League Network on my channel, live on my channel. Anybody want to join any leagues? Friend me on my PSN at Joe Price 834. Friend me on Facebook under the name Joe Price. Or friend me on my YouTube page, Devin Smith. Hit the subscription button, hit the bell, so you can be notified for new content. Also, check out my regular Facebook page, Joe Price Hall of Fame, which is an exclusive championship Facebook page that has playoff championship content from the past and current. Um, or you can check out my regular Facebook page, Joe Price. If you want to join any leagues, friend me on my PSN at Joe Price 834. All right, so this playoff game is one and done, a sudden death. So we're gonna get this game underway. I'm very excited about it. I hope you are. Number four, number third seed Columbus Explorers, Coach Big Kurt Lord Green, taking on we are the number three seed Columbus Explorers, taking on Dublin Shamrocks, number four seed. The International Football League Season 2, 2018, underway first round. Playoffs.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is a special edition of Wild Card Weekend on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a good one in store between the Columbus Explorers and the Dublin Shamrocks. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Columbus Explorers and the Dublin Shamrocks. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. Intensity level will be off the charts.
Welcome to the International Football League Season 2 2018. One round Columbus Explorers Seed 3 at Dublin Shamrocks Seed 4.
The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. And this O-line is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone.
Yeah,
mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They're going to look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
They bring their punter out there now. He'll kick it away after 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. This is fielded at the 27. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
Well, he's going to take a shot right away. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
And now back out comes the offense. They come in as the 3 seed in this, very likely the last home game of the season for them, even if they win this one. But While they wanted one of those top 2 spots, they're still in a pretty good position.
They are, and let's face it, any team that gets into the playoffs, as far as I'm concerned, they're in a good position because they're doing what the rest of the league wants. A lot of people are sitting at home watching them, but you made a good point. Everyone is vying for one of the top 2 spots.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he will take this one home.
Let's
It's a
go,
touchdown.
Columbus Explorers. That's what I'm talking about, man. Oh, what an interception
That's
for
an
the
interception,
Explorers.
but on the
Let's
field,
go.
the guys are picking it off. They're not saying
Yeah,
that.
go,
What
go,
word
go,
they
go.
use?
Give me that.
And that means catch the
Oh,
ball
my
and
God.
go
That
the
was
other
like
way.
Deion
That's your
Sanders.
vernacular.
Give
I've
me
never
that.
heard anybody say
Oh, what a
Ask
pick for
around.
the
They'll
Explorers.
tell
Let's
you.
go, Ohio City. Ah, let's go.
Extra point attempt to come here. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive a moment ago that ended in a pick 6 for the first points of the ball game.
And in my experience, a lot of quarterbacks, after throwing a pick 6, the first thing they want to do is fire another one and get those points back immediately. But what really helps you get back in sync is a good, long, methodical drive, mixing the run and the pass, tamp things down a little bit.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. A look there at the starters on the defensive side of the ball. They were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you can tell by this team, all right? Anytime you can tell your offense, hey, just get us a couple touchdowns. We got this thing locked down. That's when you know you're playing well and you're carrying your team along.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Let's go. Blue, learn it.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw for the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
3-19.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Where you going?
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
To that 3rd and 5.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
This offense ready to head back out there. They just did manage to sneak into the playoffs as a 6th seed, so it's a tough road ahead. They would need to win 3 games on the road in January, but there's 20 other teams who wouldn't mind being on that road.
You're exactly right about that, but your point about how daunting this is well taken because it all depends on their mindset now. How do you break it down so that you're not looking at this whole big road and say to yourself, we've got no shot? You break it down to this game right now, win that one, then worry about the rest of them after that.
And that's exactly. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Back to throw now in his own end zone. Over the middle, it's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. They'll look to throw now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
So we hit the quarter break in round 1 of the AFC playoffs. It's a close game here early on. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Columbus football as we begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
All right, here we go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. He's going to rifle one deep left side. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
But nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. They'll set up a throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. They'll look to throw here on first down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
sends the offense back onto the field. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And his throw here's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Back to throw here. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's taken to the 26. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there the defense won the battle. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. They lost 4 there, and it's third down. Third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
You know what? I'm going deep. Pause. Timeout. I'm going deep.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
We're going to do here. This is going to go. We're going deep. We're going deep. We're going deep. All right.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at third down here.
Deep. 3rd and 14. Columbus Explorers comes up on Dublin Shamrocks. Let's see if we can get it. 3rd and 14. We're going deep.
Now back to throw.
Oh, let's go! Let's go! Oh, my God! Oh!
It's a big play there on third down. 52 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body type as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
We gotta get in. We gotta get in.
Back to throw now on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Here we go now. Green 39.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. Starting to rack up the yardage here in this first half. 5 catches now and a first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. An incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
Hank's almost going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw here. The quick slant caught. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Okay, we're 3rd and... All right. Quarterback sneak.
This offense so far on 3rd down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal. We're going for
Blue 90.
it.
Blue 90.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. It's their quarterback scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. So he's able to sneak it in, and credit to the guys up front.
Oh, without a doubt, because they have the leverage on this play. We always talk about low man wins and one-on-one battles. That's exactly what happened there. Their offensive line, lower than the defensive front.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And here now the offense heading back out there. So they won their division and earned the right to play at home in the first round of the playoffs, but this one is not going to script so far.
Nowhere did they have the thought process that they'd be down double digits. But the good thing is it's the first half. You and I know, I mean, you've been with me long enough now. Hang with the game plan. Stay the course for a while. Don't panic and change up things. Keep grinding. Long way to go in this ball.
That was my question to you. You don't throw everything away at this point. Stay on course.
And stay on course. Obviously, you want to eliminate the things that have caused you to be down double digits. But at the same time, you're not getting it all back in one play. Keep going. The game plan was put in there for a reason.
Line of scrimmage. Again, the 25. 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And that one results in 35 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now's a play caller.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This is the 4th and final game here on this wildcard weekend. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. Meanwhile, in our game, it took a little while to get settled in, but we were in for a battle royale in this second half. And to call the action, let's go back to the guys who've been there all year, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. This will be taken in at the wall. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And a look now at the defense as they head back out there onto the field. And despite being down on the scoreboard, this unit, they've had some big-time hits.
Sort of like us at practice the other day. I saw you take a running start at that blocking sled. You took it down.
Bounced off like a rubber band.
No, not at all, but you're exactly right. They are doing their job, but they want to add takeaways to it. You need to have more of those to go along with the big hits we're seeing.
By the way, when I tried that and I bounced back, I noticed that you laughed with everyone else. You didn't try to get in my corner.
No. Someone had just told me a joke on the other side.
Right,
I missed that. Totally missed it.
All right, here we go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Looking to throw over the middle, and it's incomplete. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to rifle one deep, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 24. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. They'll drop the throw, and he comes back with one complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
I have to say that was a surprise call on 3rd and inches. I thought they'd try and run the football there, but you got to believe they thought they'd surprise the defense and pick up something downfield, but that one goes incomplete.
So they bring out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. This is taken at about the 14. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
All right, here we go. Green.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Set. Green 39. Green 30.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tend to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
He sets to fire deep. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my, pulled it in. It's a big play there. 58 yards.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They're going to look to throw. That's complete, right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll look to throw. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. Now on fourth down, out comes the field goal unit here. And his kick is indeed good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Now let's go. 319.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to the Emerald Isle. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the fourth. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
319.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half. Incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And now back out comes the offense. This one not in the win column just yet, but on the road is the 6th seed. They are close to pulling off the upset.
Yeah, I don't want to jinx them. I'm like you. It's not over yet, but I'm going to go ahead and project here. Win this one. Think about the momentum now that you carry, right? You carry that forward. And look, home field's a big deal in the playoffs, but the really good teams, and we've seen it plenty of times in NFL history, they can go on the road and win. And a win here would allow them to do exactly that.
Of course, the road doesn't get much easier as you have to face the top seed next week, but they'll deal with that then.
Hey, they'll take this win and take on the top seed anywhere because they're still in the playoffs and still alive for a chance at the Super Bowl. I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. The offense on third down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 14.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Back to throw. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense ready to head back out there. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll set up to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll set up a throw. And a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. He'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. He'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
4-17.
Play, and the officials are
If
instructed.
Columbus explores, if we can stop them now, we got the game.
No flag.
Most likely we're going to move on to second
Forces fourth
round.
down.
Let's go Columbus Explorers. All right. 4th and 17.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, line it.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, their playoff run may end right here. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none.
Yes, exactly right.
So out now comes the offense back onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
Leverage.
big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Here we go now.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Now a stoppage here. We'll get another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Here we go now. Green,
Now back to throw.
Green, 39.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this offense on third down today, they've hit 4 of 7. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
All right, here we go. Blue, line it. Blue, line it.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. And on now is the punter, as he's on here to punt it away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. but they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Let's go.
On play action, they'll throw. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw here. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 39, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
And here now the offense heading back out there. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Here we go now. 3.
He'll drop to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. He's going to let it go deep for the... And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Now this offense about ready to take over again. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Green 39.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And that is Complete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, their playoff run may end right here. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game, could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on, one goes home.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say cheers, everyone, from Dublin.